I'm Tim Pollard. I'm the leader of the Conservative group on Croydon Council. A couple of days ago we announced our first manifesto policy for the 2018 local elections, and that was all about carers. Croydon has some fantastic carers. They put a huge amount of time and effort into looking after loved ones, people they know, members of the family, and in so doing they make life better for those people, and they also save the state an awful lot of money. So we thought it was only right that we respect that and we help them. Obviously budgets are tight in councils at the moment, so there's a limit to what we can do, but we thought one area that we really can help carers be able to deliver even better care to the people they love is through council tax, and through a series of discounts that would enable us to take some money off the council tax bill for those carers to help them with the extra costs and expenses that they had in providing that care.
I'm delighted to propose this motion tonight, the first of many exciting pledges we'll be making over the next few months. We know that having to care for someone can sometimes be incredibly difficult, and in some cases can be a full-time job, often with no respite. The Carers Centre in Croydon has estimated that some £660 million is saved by Croydon's statutory service by the thousands of carers looking after people in our borough. That is why we want to help these very important people who play a pivotal role in looking after residents in Croydon, who are often in greatest need of our support and are often our most vulnerable. We know through extensive work that has been undertaken by McKinsey for Croydon's health commissioners that the focus of investment must be on preventative and early intervention to increase quality of life and deliver better health care. This policy is aligned with that thinking and will support elderly people who want to stay at home with friends and family and be cared for in their own communities. We started the process of joint commissioning under Councillor Mead, and after a period of stagnation, the fruits of her work are only just beginning. It is imperative that we are able to think out of the box and bring the voluntary sector together with the army of people that undertake such good work and professionals such as our partners in the Alliance. It has been disappointing to see the work of the Health and Wellbeing Board come to a standstill. And if we are going to be able to support those in most need, we are going to need a much closer working relationship to drive a better healthcare agenda forward. I know from my own personal experience when I supported end-of-life care for my father-in-law in his home this August, how exhausting and stressful it is for all the family and friends. And without the support of carers and all the associated agencies, the outcome could have been very different in his final days. I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the carers in our borough who undertake such difficult and challenging work and support so many, and hope that everyone in this chamber tonight will support our pledge, which is just a small way in which we will be able to help the very many if and when elected in May next year. Thank you.
I'm delighted to support this motion tonight. When the Conservatives were last in control of Croydon Council, Councillor Margaret Mead set out her vision to bring together partners from the voluntary, health and adult social services sector to work together to provide services for the over 65 population in Croydon. These services were to become resident-centred and community-based. This vision became known as the Outcome-Based Commissioning Process for Over 65s, or OBC for short. Since Labour took control of the Council, progress on this project has sometimes slowed to a snail's pace, along with so many other projects such as Westfield, Taberner House redevelopment, Ashburton Library, Fairfield Halls. Need I go on? This debate tonight has highlighted the difference between Labour and the Conservatives. Conservatives set vision, Labour highlight problems. However, Some progress has been made on this project. There is now an alliance that brings together the voluntary health and adult social services. The services for older people are beginning to become more personalised and community focused. The good news is the old structures and silo mentality so commonly found in the public sector is being challenged, and new structures and thinking are emerging. It is now time for the Conservatives in Croydon to take the next step and recast the vision for others to follow. If the first phase was about transforming structures, the next stage must be about creative ways to help and reward the army of carers who give up time and energy to look after individuals as they move into old age. The Conservatives have always been the natural party of the family. As we have an ageing population, we want to show our gratitude to those families who take an elderly relative into their own homes to care for them. These acts of service not only save the health and social care economy many thousands of pounds, they also prevent the older relatives from becoming lonely and isolated. By having wider family members in your home, it also acts as a vital bridge of the generations between the older relative passing on life experience and wisdom to a younger generation so full of life and wonder. However, we also recognise that there is a real financial and emotional cost to looking after elderly relatives. This can come down to financial factors such as keeping the heating on all day or using the car more often to get to health appointments. There is also an emotional toll when people fall ill, have to take regular medication or become more forgetful. Having started a revolution, we now want to take the next step and reward and support the many individuals and families who voluntarily give up their time and homes to look after elderly relatives. I look forward to the publication of the Croydon Conservative Manifesto in 2018, which will set out how Croydon Conservatives will reduce and abolish council tax bills for a number of carers across Croydon. I support this motion tonight.
So that's the first of our manifesto commitments, a commitment to give free council tax to some carers who do the most for the people that they love, and also to have a scheme of discounts that will enable a lot of other people who provide good quality care to their loved ones to enjoy some discounts and have some more money to spend on the other things that provide better care for their family. We'll be announcing quite a lot more policies over the next 6 months as we run up to the 2018 council election. So every month there will be a new announcement of something that we think is important for the people of Croydon. So please keep coming back and checking out what our latest announcements have been.